The galaxy burns in the flames of treachery. The arch-heretic Horus Lupercal, once the war master of the armies of mankind, has turned against his father and set alight an insurrection that will burn from the outer rim to the core of humanity's mighty Imperium. After convincing 8 of his Primarch brothers to join his cause and crippling the Loyalist forces in a savage campaign of betrayal in the Istvan system, Horus has dispatched his most loyal brother Lorgar Aurelian and the 17th Legion Word-Bearers to the 500 worlds of Ultramar. It is here in this peaceful sector of the galaxy that Horus knows there is one man and one legion who could change the fate of the galaxy: Rabute Guilliman and the mighty Ultramarines. The vaunted 13th are the largest legion of all, having more than double of many of the smaller legions, and their Primarch Rabute Guilliman's tactical acumen is second only to the Emperor. Horus knew they must be destroyed. Ultramar must burn.
And if I cannot save it from your failure, Father, then let the galaxy burn.
The Word-Bearers approached as loyal brothers and assembled beside their brethren on the Ultramar planet of Calth, but in a single moment the fate of Ultramar was changed forever, and the bloodiest battle of the Horus Heresy began. Welcome to the Mark of Calth.
Your most desired commodity is always your continued ability to prosecute the war.
I never wanted this.
Lorgar's surprise assault began with the simultaneous destruction of the primary orbital defense platform and a scrap code infection of the Calth noosphere. This allowed the traitors to take control of the superorbital weapons grid, and along with their fleet of massive battle-ready ships, they began to ravage the docked fleet of the Ultramarines and fire at the Viridius Star, the very sun of the Calth system. This would eventually cause the Great Star to go nova and utterly irradiate Calth into a radioactive wasteland, but before that final death for the planet, there was an incredibly important ritual to begin. On the planet's surface, things were even more bloody. The huge hordes of cult zealots loyal to the 17th, Titan Legios, Night Houses, and Dark Mechanicum loyal to the War Master, and the Word-Bearers themselves simply turned on their former allies with no warning. Within the first few hours, the formerly 250,000 strong legion of the Ultramarines was reduced to just under 100,000. But the Word-Bearers vastly underestimated the resolve and determination of Guilliman's finest. Today's narrative battle report is the second installment of a 4-month campaign unfolding here on Zorpazorp and over on Broadsword Wargaming, and is unlike any Warhammer content you have ever seen before. This campaign has been in the works for over 2 years and was shot back in April with an early access copy of the second edition of the Horus Heresy courtesy of Games Workshop. The campaign follows the events of New York Times bestseller and Dan Abnett masterpiece No Fear, and the first 3 episodes are live right now, right here and over on Broadsword Wargaming, with another out on Broadsword next week, so be sure to check out all the episodes so far, linked down in the playlist below. And now let's meet the hero of our story and start the Mark of Calth. As the initial hours of the betrayal unfolded, Captain Remus Ventanus of the 4th Company and his faithful Sergeant Kaios Salatin gathered any Loyalist elements from the outskirts of heavy conflict in Numinous City and fled through the sewer network to Leptius Numinous, the old governor's palace on the plains of Dera. As a non-military target and a palatial court of little importance, it had escaped orbital bombardment and was the perfect place for survivors to rendezvous. But even more importantly, Leptius Numinous houses an offline data engine that had not been infected by the Dark Mechanicum scrap code. Archmagos Mir Edvatorin immediately set about attempting to rebuild the noosphere tactical data feeds, and the Voxnet and the Loyalist forces dug in, preparing to sell their lives dearly to defend this critical objective. If you haven't seen the first episode of the campaign, check it out right now. The link is below, as there are some big spoilers coming up now. Sensing the importance of the gathering resistance, a splinter of Hol Beloth's assault force led by Morpal Zia threw themselves against the fortress, but the valiant Ultramarines, Skitarii, and Imperial army held out just long enough for the survivors of the Erid muster to crash through the rolling fog and annihilate the Wordbearer's attackers. Leading an armored company and infantry cohort of surviving elements of the 4th, 8th, and 9th companies, Captains Sidance and Lorcas lanced through the enemy units, spearing the Wordbearer's Baneblade that had breached the walls with a lance of energy from their Shadow Sword's volcano cannon, and mopping up the remaining tanks and cultist hordes with vicious and unrelenting firepower. With the data engine secure for now, a familiar sparking static buzzed in the ears of Remus Ventanus.
The Vox fizzles and whines. Remus, my Primarch. You sound surprised. It's a bad day, sir. I can't remember a worse one.
Although the VoxNet and tactical feed were running, sadly the old data engine in the palace was nowhere near powerful enough to coordinate the orbital weapons grid, and even if it could, control first must be wrested from the traitor forces running the grid in orbit. So, a theoretical was devised and a practical enacted. Up in orbit, Primarch Guilliman himself would lead an assault on the Zetzen Veridyard orbital platform to destroy the Wordbearer's held data engine, but down on the surface, Remus Ventanus will have an even greater task. Rallying all Loyalists at his disposal, 4th Company will return to the now heavily fortified Numinous City and strike deep into the port of Lancia to secure the manifest cogitator of the Trading and Commerce Guild, an uninfected civilian data engine capable of running the weapons grid. They will have to cut deep into enemy territory, secure the objective, and then hold it at all costs to buy Primarch Guilliman just enough time to seize the weapons grid in orbit and turn the tide of the war. Mounting up in their transports, Ventanus, Salaton, Sidance, and Lorcas would escort the Archmagus to the guild hall, leading a fully armored spear tip to strike hard and fast through the Wordbearer defensive cohort. Supported by Colonel Sparzi and his Imperial army, the Loyalists must seize this brief window of opportunity to take back the initiative before they are inevitably overwhelmed by the sheer size of Hol Beloth's assault force. Tank tracks churning through the ravaged urban sprawl of the once beautiful dockside trade districts, the Loyalists found the streets littered with the debris of war and ritual sacrifice. Intent on their oaths of blood and torment, the 17th Legion and their zealot hordes are caught completely by surprise, and the Loyalists unload a massive barrage of artillery from the Imperial army elements and surge forward the 4th Company armor. But in rapid response to the incursion, a heavy booming echoes across the streets, rapidly closing in on their position, and is suddenly drowned out by a braying horn of death. Seeing the hulking silhouette of a Warhound Titan looming through the smoke, Ventanus bellows to the Shadow Sword to open fire. They must slay this engine of evil if they are to have any chance of reaching the Guildhall. The battle for Calth has only just begun.
Officer of Record, start the mark.
The Ultramarines' armoured column has broken through into Lancia Port. Their surprise attack on Numinous City has begun. They're going to break their way through across this board, and I'm snuck on, and before the game begins, I get to make one sneaky stealth attack with my Shadow Sword straight at the Warhound Titan. Now, I've got one las cannon that's obscured, so it's just a single las cannon sponson, and of course the big volcano cannon. We'll start with the las. Big Ultima, looking good. Strength 9, front armor 14, looking for 5s to glance. Oh! Penetrating hit off the top. Warhound Titans have 2 void shields at armor value 12. So that just pops one of those, and now it's time for the big volcano cannon. Need to hit on 3s. This is the choke. Oh! All right. The stealth attack doesn't go off, but we did manage to snip 1 void shield from the Warhound Titan, and now it is into my normal movement. So I get to make my normal advance, start breaking through, and setting up some shots on the armored positions of the Wordbearers.
Predator tank here. Hammer them till they fall. Predator at your command. There will be nothing left to bury. After 1,000 battles, one only sees death.
leave nothing standing. We'll make the Emperor proud. Land Raider deployed. The machine spirit shall protect us. Rhino here. We carry the virtues. Someone call for an earth shaker. Shadowy sky! We deliver into battle.
So we've pushed our way into the city, now it's time to start dealing some pain. I've got my Melkadors over here with the Imperial Army. They're going to unload onto that Land Raider, see if they can do some damage to keep Colonel Spazi and the Chimera alive. Hopefully we can flame a few cultists over there as well. The Archmagos should be pretty safe up the back here, but the Titan is a threat. So I've got a lot of las cannons in here, and of course the big volcano cannon, because we have got to keep this Spartan safe. All three captains in there at the moment. We need to take down that Titan.
All weapons primed! There will be nothing left to bury! We will crush their skulls under our iron tracks!
Lord, we need help!
So it's time for some Predator action. The boys have zoomed up the main street to gain access to the side armor of the Sakaran. It is time to unload. Only the Predator autocannons are going to be able to. They've gone full cruising speed here, but they can fire those unhindered. They've each got 4 hits. We're looking for 3s. Oh, few 2s and 1s there. 5 hits. Because the side armor is 12, we only need 4s to glance instead of 5s like we would have on the front. And 2 rending, but that doesn't matter against those guys, so that is 3 penetrating hits on the side armor. That's 3 hull points immediately. Let's roll on the damage table. They're not resolved at AP2, so it's alive on 1 hull point, but it is stunned for next turn.
Let's fly, all guns!
So the Sakaran survived. Not really much I can do about that right now, but I can do something about this Titan. I have got my beautiful Spartan down here in the middle. Now he has Fang up there at cruising speed, so he can fire 1 weapon normally, and the rest are going to be snap. So we are going to open up with one of my las cannon arrays on the left sponson. It is heavy 2, twin linked, and still hitting on 3s as normal. Boo, 2 big hits. First hit will be on the Void Shield at front armor 12, so strength 9, we're looking at 3s to glance. And that's a glance, so it is out of here. Void Shield gone, and 1 more hit. This one is coming in finally down on that armor value 14. Strength 9 looking for 5s. Oh! Glancing hit as well, so that is a hull point down from the Titan. Now I've also got a multi-melter up on the kind of little gunner sponson on the roof there. Now he's going to be snap firing. Multi-melters are now twin linked, so even though I'm chasing 6s, I've got a little bit of a chance here. Big 4. Hey, look at that. The twin linked gets it even though I'm snap firing. Now this guy is strength 8 AP1 with the melter special rule. So I roll 2 dice and add them together for penetration. We are looking at 8 plus 8 is 16. That is a penetrating hit. Now we do damage table. So I've already knocked off a hull point. We're chasing the dice here and we're trying to get up over that value to get a 7 to score additional hull points. Let's see if we can go. We've got a 4. I get plus 2 because of AP1. That is not enough. That is a 6. So 2 hull points off the Titan. Both Void Shields gone. Now it's time to move on to the Shadow Sword and see if we can really inflict some damage.
Let's fly, all guns!
7 hull points remaining on the Warhound, and I've got my Shadow Sword left to unload. Technically, it is possible with the 2 sponsons and the Volcano Cannon if I get the double dip on D3 hull points with Destroyer 1. But let's start off with those sponsons first. Now we need 3s to hit, and we've missed with 1, so we're just firing on. We've got strength 9 and front armor value 14 because, of course, the Void Shield is gone. Oh! Big penetrating hit. Let's see if that goes through to anything of note. We get plus 1, so that is a 6. So unfortunately nothing extra there, just the 1 hull point gone, but hey, we'll take it. But now it's up to the Volcano Cannon, and this is where we can do the real damage. Chasing a big 3 to hit, only just. So we're in, now we roll 3d6 for penetration and pick the highest 2, which is a lot. That is 9 plus the strength of 10, because it is AP1, chasing a 5 to get up to 7 for another D3 hull points. And it's a big 6! Okay, so we get an extra D3 hull points, and because it's Destroyer 1, every normal glancing or penetrating is D3. So we roll these 2 dice, and we're getting 2 D3 hull points off the Warhound, and it is a 1
and a 2 D3, so that is another 3. So 4 taken off. It is down, 6 damage, 3 left. We've nearly got this thing on the ground.
The tight angles of fire between the war-torn streets of Numenous City meant I wasn't able to bring the full weight of my firepower to bear upon the Titan, with several key las cannon sponsons out of firing arc and line of sight, so the Titan is fully operational, albeit a little wounded. The rest of the Wordbearer's armor also weathered the storm and is set to pour back some firepower to resist the Ultramarine breakthrough. Now, getting armies together for such a massive campaign as this was a huge amount of effort, and there were a lot of crazy builds and conversions, from Guilliman right up to my Warlord Titan, and it left me pondering one of the greatest questions of the universe for any wargamer. Magnets, where do I find them? Well, look no further than the magnetbaron.com, your DIY super magnet home. I've been doing loads of magnetization lately for the staggering amount of Horus Heresy vehicles drowning my studio, and super strong magnets designed for wargaming are an absolute God Emperor send. The magnetbaron.com have a huge range of wargaming magnets, including specific kits for notoriously difficult to magnetize models, magnetized movement trays, and even magnetized collapsible flight stands for that epic wargaming travel experience. I challenge you to find a better feeling in all of wargaming than the pure bliss of this moment. Magnetic perfection. Oh, that is a strong magnet. Seriously, I have used a lot of magnets over the years, from cheap stuff from eBay, China, from hobby stores, and nothing has ever come close to the strength and quality of Constantine's magnets from the Magnet Baron. I was especially blown away by the ridiculous Titan magnet kit that you guys can see me here using on my Warlord. I also used it on my Reaver Titan. You'll see the journey of these guys coming to life in a few weeks, but that is a lot of heavy resin, but the magnets are so powerful, I'm not even remotely nervous that my Titan's gonna drop an arm or a weapon or split apart at the middle. So to score some boss wargaming magnets for all your army needs, hit up the magnetbaron.com, link down in the description. And remember guys, support the sponsors that support me. It is killer for the channel, it helps so much. And Constantine from the Magnet Baron is a proper legend.
From the magnetbaron.com.
So definitely go and show him some love. All right guys, let's get back to the battle.
Wordbearer's turn 1, this is where we are at. We have to stop this Ultramarine breakthrough. On the left, the Sakaran took a bit of damage. It can't turn or move, but it can still snap fire. The Land Raider was shaken. That can move and is snap firing too. Mainly, the Titan is still alive and still going. 6 hull points gone, no void shields left. It's probably going to blow up next turn, but I think we can do some damage before we die. So let's get into it.
Land Raider at your disposal.
As you command, we are eager to prove ourselves. Crush, kill, for the great gods. Kill them all. Attack, attack, attack!
So let's put the Land Raider Gravis Las Cannons into the Malcador. We've got 2 shots hitting on 6s. We do get a hit. We are strength 9, it is armor 13. We have Sunder if we can reroll, so we can reroll this one.
You'll need it.
And nothing, a double 1, unfortunate.
Rude.
Next we'll put the Gravis Las Cannons into the Chimera over here. Nothing.
So Machine Spirit allowing us to split all that fire, but no results with the Snapfire.
We weren't expecting much anyway, that's not so bad.
Support us!
Next to shoot is the Deredeo or Deredio, wherever you're from. This is going to go into the Chimera. We need to try and stop this one. There is an objective in there for us. So we've got the autocannon battery. We are hitting on 2s. It is twin linked, so we reroll. No, all hit. We are strength 7. It is armor 12. We need 5s to glance, 6s to penetrate. There's a penetrating hit. Very nice. We are rending, but it doesn't matter so much. What do we do? 2. That just means you will be snap firing next round.
Am I obscured here?
You are. You've got a cover save actually. Yes.
All right. So that's only a 6+ now in the new
All cover
edition,
saves are 6+.
No,
hull
okay.
point gone.
So 1 hull point out.
Nice, perfect, down to 3. And then we've got the missile launcher battery. We're going to hit you on 2s, 1 miss. We are looking for 6s to glance, we're only strength 6. Nothing there, so just the 1 hull point done, and you are now snap firing. It's Titan time. Finally, I get to use the Warhound Titan for the first time in any of these campaign games. Now, we don't have specific rules for them now in the new release, so we're going to be adapting the older previous edition. I'm going to use this as a twin turbo
laser destructor.
Laser destructor, and thank you very much, and an Omega plasma array on the right-hand side. So let's get into it. This is a pretty tasty weapon. We are blast templates for the first time as well. Let's place it on this guy's head and scatter minus a ballistic skill. It goes this way 3 inches. So it probably catches a guy as well, one of my guys, and hits the tank, that's fine. And the second one is a direct hit straight onto the Spartan.
Straight on the top.
Nice!
So they'll both be hitting the front armor at armor 14, Ollie?
Correct, and they auto hit, you don't roll to hit now, so we just auto hit. So I mean, with strength 12, we roll 3 dice for Destroyer. So with AP 24, I think
Jesus.
AP probably gets through.
Yeah, maybe.
And the second one is 22, so that is 2 penetrating hits on the Spartan. Now these do D3 damage each, so that's 2 D3 damage. It has 6 hull points. Can we do it on a lucky dice roll? Oh, so close!
So
5.
close.
Almost got him, so he loses 5 hull points to the Titan there.
Just a single hull point remaining on the Spartan. You've still got the Omega Plasma Array. Take it away, Ollie.
I do indeed. This is 2 shots. This is twin linked as well, it's hitting on 3s. Double 6, the broadsword 6s come into play. We are strength 9, so can we get a hit through? Yes, we do. That is a penetrating hit. Very nice. So that is it. It's going to die anyway now. It's lost a hull point. Does it blow up? It does not. So yes, final hull point off the Spartan. It is gone.
So the Spartan is gone, and boy oh boy, there's a whole lot of embarked Marines about to be deployed onto the battlefield.
Incoming fire!
Disembarking now.
Dispatch me here.
Squad deploying. Move out.
For terror! With courage and honor.
Follow me into battle for the glory of the Imperium! No retreat! No surrender!
So Captain Ventanus, Captain Lorcas, and Captain Sardance have all been kicked out of the Spartan. And we've got the kind of honor guard going on here, but even though it's the word bearer's turn, they actually can't shoot or charge Astartes models because in no fear at this moment, they are absolutely jonesed in their blood ritual and they are waiting for the Ultramarines to bring the fight to them so they can test their knife work against the famed charge of the 13th Legion. So we're actually going to dive straight into the Ultramarines' second turn.
Word-bearers, a scarlet line in the rain, rise up to block the main charge. There is fire from autocannons, the streaks of mass-reactive rounds, both of which drop cobalt blue figures from the charge. But the word-bearers have developed a taste for cutting, an appetite for blade work. Perhaps it has come from their knife brother slave hosts. Perhaps it is simply to do with the sacrificial symbolism of the sharpened edge. Concentrated and well-directed firepower might have broken or turned Ventanus' charge, but it is not used. The word-bearers simply wait for the clash, relishing the prospect. They draw their blades. They want to test their mettle against the vaunted 13th in a skirmish, the outcome of which cannot possibly influence the final resolution of the Calth War. The traitors want to prove themselves against the paradigms to which they have been compared so many times.
With the Spartan crippled, the 13th Legion have found themselves foot-slogging in a kill box at the feet of a Warhound Titan and a dug-in enemy, eagerly awaiting their charge. Desperate to maintain their momentum, Ventanus, Sidance and Celaton kick down the buckled assault ramp and surge forwards down the Landshear Central Transit, sprinting full tilt towards the Word-Bearers' breaches forming up at the base of the mighty Titan. The Praetorian breaches surge behind their valiant leaders whilst Captain Lorcas heaves aside the Spartan side hatch and launch towards the ruined skyscraper infested with 17th Legion tacticals, and Ventanus radios to Colonel Sparzi to push forward. The Melchadors set up to wither the Land Raider and the Colonel pushes forward in his transport, screening the advance of the Mark II tactical squad who deploy from their Rhino, eager to cover the Colonel's advance. The Shadow Sword crew are enraged by the death of their little brother and surge forward into pole position whilst the Land Raider smashes through some broken walls to seek cover for the Archmagos hiding inside, but gets caught on a structural girder and wedges in place amongst the ruins. The Predators fly up the right flank to cover the advance of the infantry, and the forces of Ultramar prepare to unload a vicious volley to push back the 17th and cover a vicious charge. With absolute carnage unfolding in the first 2 turns of the game and the Ultramarines preparing for a mighty charge, it's time to make a pledge to the Emperor of Man. So like the video, subscribe, and comment down below your favorite story moment from all of the Horus Heresy to give yourself a chance to win an epic reinforcement bundle for your Heresy forces, including the new Sakaran battle tank and Leviathan Siege Dreadnought, the perfect follow-up if you just grabbed the Age of Darkness box set or you're expanding an existing Legion. Congratulations to Bryce on winning the last Heresy bundle. Bryce loved an absolute classic vehicle, the Landspeeder, and totally channeled my inspiration from those early White Dwarf mags. Remember, if you are gearing up for the Heresy, Middle-earth, or anything in between, use my affiliate links down in the description to grab the best prices in the UK, Australia, EU, US, Canada, and New Zealand. You'll get an incredible discount and send some dollary dues back to support the channel and power on the march to terror.
So the Malcadors finished off the Land Raider, the Predators finished off the Sicker, and the flanks are looking good, but it is all about this center, and my Marines are sprinting on in. We're going to be blamming our bolt pistols into the line so we can make a big, sexy assault. So in this first big batch, we've got Ventanus, Celatons, Sidance, and all of those breaches. We're going to be bringing our bolt pistols to bear. I've got 12 shots at Ballistic Skill 4 for the breaches, Apothecary, and Celaton. We're hitting on 3s. Geez, that's all right. And it's the old Strength 4, Toughness 4 Marine battle. Bolters are dealing 4s to wound. That'll be 6 saves for Ollie to take.
1 dead. Nice.
Then we've got Sidance and Ventanus at Ballistic Skill 5. So that is 2s to hits for those guys. Oh, very nice indeed. And once again, 4s. No wounds from the Capitan, so just the one Wordbearer's Breacher has been eliminated on the charge. But over on the other side here, we've got Captain Lorcas and the Tactical Legionaries going up into the Tactical Marines with the Wordbearer's Praetor. 11 bolt pistols, including the higher ballistic skill Praetor with Lorcas. So we're hitting on 2s and 3s. Once again, wounding on 4s. Bunch of saves there for Ollie.
That's 8 saves here of 3+. 2 go down. Nice saving.
Yeah, man, we're rolling well today. The big finale of the Ultramarine shooting phase, my Shadow Sword. I think it needs to wreck this Titan or my Shadow Sword won't be around much longer. I have got 3 hull points to finish this guy off. The Volcano Cannon should do the work, but we'll start with the Las Cannon Sponsons, hitting on 3s. And that's what I'm talking about, 2 big hits. And they are Strength 9 chasing Front Armor 14. They've got a 1, but I get to re-roll that. Sunder gets me the big Ultima 6, that is 1 penetrating hit. A second Las Cannon, Strength 9, chasing 5s to glance. I get to reroll because of Sunder, and I get the glancing. So 2 hull points gone already, and we'll do the penetrating damage roll because it might be able to cause an additional bit of damage here. We need the big 6, and it's just a 3. So we need the Volcano Cannon to finish the final hull point. Let's see what she can do. 3 to hit. It's a big hit, and 3 dice to penetrate, picking the 2 highest. Bang, that is a penetrating hit. The Titan is out of here.
Sponson Mount Las cannons rasp into the blue-white twilight, causing the rain to steam and swirl. A Traitor Warhound engine, suddenly alert and striding forward like an angry mower, hunts for a hot target. A torrent of cannon fire catches it, hammers it, and beats its void shields down with sheer relentless insolence. Then the Shadow Sword speaks, and a spear of white light kills the Warhound like the lance of some vengeful god. Debris showers for hundreds of meters, felling some of the retreating cultists. The barrage pummels the roadway, levels 3 blocks of Habs, and scatters the enemy formation. Hundreds of Knife Brother warriors are killed by the shell fire, dozens of Wordbearers too. Warp Flask messages chime and shrill across the zone, desperate calls for support.
Monstrous shooting phase. Titan's gone, tank's gone, but now it gets absolutely mental. We're about to dive into what is really our first insane, nitty-gritty, hefty combat of the campaign, and it's almost 1 a.m. in the morning of day 3 of filming this monstrosity of the Mark of Calth. So, this is going to be pretty fierce. We've got specialist units, we've got crazy weapons, we've only really just got the rules pretty recently. So, let's dive in and see what we can do. First of all, we've got my 3 heroes, Celaton, Ventanus, and Sidance with the breaches charging in. Let's check out their charge roll. 2d6 on the way in, they are gravy, in they go. Now this is a Praetorian Breacher squad, so the first thing they do at Initiative 10 is a Hammer of Wrath, which is a single attack at each. There's only 9 of them now, one of them did die in the explosion, so that is 9 attacks, hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s at Strength 4. 5's coming in and looking for 4s. That is just 2 wounds for Ollie to save.
3 plus save. 1 fail.
1's gone.
2 gone. Awful save rolls.
We have just come in with our boarding shields and clunked a couple of helmets open with the sharp edge. Very nice indeed. Now, of course, initiative down. We're moving to initiative 5, which is our 2 heroes, Ventanus and Sidance, who is a Traitor. So Ventanus has 5 attacks on the charge. He's looking for 3s to hit with that higher weapon skill. He's got a master-crafted power sword. Oh, that hasn't done anything all game. And just uses strength for his power swords, looking for 4s to wound. So 2 wounds from Ventanus, but of course you get your invulnerable save from the boarding shield,
indeed,
Ollie.
5 pluses. That is nothing, so that's 2 dead guys. Ventanus slays some breaches.
Take that! Trust in your war gear!
So 4 breaches dead already, and there's still Captain Sidance, who has a Traitor profile. So he's got 6 attacks, 4 base, and then charging and combat weapons. He's hitting on 3s, racking up 5, and he's just wounding on 4s with his power sword. That is another 4 invulnerable saves there for you, Ollie. Let's see if the black dice can do it. 1. Another 3 down before you get to strike.
That's them.
That's them gone.
That's it.
Wow, the heroes did the work. I didn't even need my Praetorians. They all had power swords, they all had boarding shields. Even Sergeant Salaton and the Apothecary do nothing. They are out of here.
Die! I will not fail!
So that went remarkably well. Second charge of the turn is going to be Captain Lorcas and his veteran tacticals who have been blown out of the Spartan last turn. So they are ready to leap up into these kind of dug-in word bearers who are just itching for some blood here. Now, unfortunately, because I'm charging into terrain, my guys are going to be fighting at initiative 1. But I got a bit of a tactical choice here. I could have just run past them, but then they're going to charge into me next turn for sure, get charging attacks. I'd rather go at initiative 1 now and gain myself the extra attacks. My veteran legionaries, the tactical guys, they're super durable. I've got 2 wounds, 3 plus saves. Lorcas is a beast. Let's see if we make this charge. It's at -2, but I'm bloody right next to them. Look at that, 5 inches. 3-inch charge ain't big, but it's enough to just get in there. Let's give Lorcas a big roar up on the rhino. In he goes. Maybe we'll issue a sneaky little challenge. There is a Traitor over here.
Information is power! For the Emperor! Charge! Space Marines attack!
Engaging the enemy! Feel the wrath of chaos!
Okay, you have charged me into this cover. Now that puts you at initiative 1, which means you are going slow. Of course, a challenge was issued. Our 2 Praetors here are going to battle it out. I would go first, but I have a power axe. I'm also at initiative 1. It's going to be a quick duel to the death at the end. I've then got 7 normal tactical guys and a sergeant with a power fist who will also be going last. So I've got 7 guys. I am weapon skill 4. You are weapon skill 5, so I think you're on 5s. Yeah. That's pretty juicy. 4 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, wounding on 4s. Just the 1 save on your normal guy, on your guy. You've got 2 wounds each as well.
Oh,
you saved, the big
save. Oh man, that weapon skill 5 is fierce, not to mention the 2 saves.
Okay, onto the sergeant with his power fist. I'm hitting you on 5s. That is 1 hit, nice, and killing you on a 2 because I've double your toughness. Boom! Broadsword 6 kills a veteran tactical.
Yeah, 2 wounds not meaning anything there against the instant death of the power fist. The next round of initiative 1s, let's do the challenge.
It's the challenge, right? That's all I've got left.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I've got 5 attacks with my power axe. I'm hitting you on 4s. 2 hits, double spicy 6s there. Plus 1 strength, so strength 5, wounding on 3s. 1 save for you, it's AP2, so it's onto your invulnerable of 4+.
All right, here we go. Iron Halo coming in strong here.
He saves it!
He does save it. All
Tanks
right.
the wounds.
Nothing on Lorcas, and now it's time for him to dish some pain in return. So Lorcas actually only has 5 attacks as well, because even though he charged, he has only the 1 specialist weapon, the Paragon Blade. Let's see what he can do. Hitting 4s with that tied weapon skill. Oh, only 2 punching through, but it is +2 strength, looking for 2 to wound. And 2 wounds, so you're looking for 4-up invuls there with your Iron Halo. And, oh, jeez.
Yes!
Both Praetors are still in the game, and now it's the rest of my Initiative 1 Legion Tactical Marines. I've got 2 guys who are coming in with single Lightning Claws. That's 3 attacks apiece, 2 base and 1 for charging. They are hitting on 3s with weapon skill 5. That's all of them. And then Lightning Claws have shred, so they're re-rolling wounds. Chasing 4s, just the 1. Re-rolling those 5 fails, and that is again only 2, so that is 3 unsavable wounds on the normal guys there. Then we jump into a model with a power sword. He's got 4 attacks on the charge because power sword and bolt pistol is 2 combat weapons. He hits on 3s and he's chasing 4s, no strength bonus, just an additional wound there that's unsavable.
Die, scum!
The Sergeant now with Power Axe, he's got 5 attacks because of the close combat weapon and his base profile. So that is a big, juicy strike for him. He's hitting on 3s. That is 3 going through and chasing 3s to wound with that +1 strength. Oh, 3 unsavable wounds. They are mincing these tactical marines, and speaking of mince, it's time to dive into just the normal guys who have 9 attacks, 3 apiece, and they have got shred from their chain saber blade thingies, basically spinny bayonets with a chainsaw on the end. They're hitting on 3s as well with their weapon skill, and then they will be re-rolling wounds because of shred. Absolutely ridiculous. +1 strength as well, so looking for 3s to wound on the re-roll. Oh man, barely even needed it. Now those are armor saves because finally I have something that isn't a power weapon, Ollie.
Nice, I get some saves, 6 saves here. We failed 3 more.
Oh my lord.
That's 9 gone this round, right?
Wow, I mean, they are the veterans.
Is that everything?
They upschooled their younger tactical brethren, I think.
Is the murder over?
Yes, the murder is over, and I think we might have a morale check for the first time in a long time.
Oh my.
The charging cobalt blue bodies reach the solid red line. They tear into it, they rip through it, they mangle it, red and blue together, a blur. Then Tarnus is in the thick of it. Bolt gun, power sword, standard across his back. He has never felt this strong, this driven, this justified. He has never known such an entirely fearless state.
With the Wordbearers losing a Titan, Land Raider and Sakaran, as well as nearly 20 infantry in a single turn, we have witnessed one of the most lethal periods in the Mark of Calth campaign so far. And this second game has swung viciously in favour of the Ultramarines. But this sector of Landshear Port is crawling with Lorgar zealots, and Force Commander Hull Beloth is now well aware of something amiss in Numinous City, and is rapidly marshalling his resources. The Wordbearers still have a few tricks up their sleeve. Rolling on from the eastern board edge, a gleaming red Spartan covered with scripture and bearing not only the word of Lorgar, but a unit of the mighty Gel Vorbak races across the back streets to cut off the Ultramarines, while some even heavier armor pushes on in support from the center to smash the Ultramarine flank. In a vicious pincer maneuver, a Storm Eagle roars across the port district, blazing debris and dust through numerous Old Town as its thrusters buffet the crumbling stonework.
So that is the end of the Wordbearer's second movement phase. We got absolutely destroyed in that first turn. Pretty much all the defences are gone. All I have left is a Deredeo and a tactical squad with my Traitor. But now the reinforcements have arrived. Can we slow down this Ultramarine advance? I think so. I've got a few tanks over this side with some Galvor back in the Spartan. I've had a flyer turn up, so I think the idea now is to pop some of these tanks and kill some of the goodies inside and get some points and try and secure a late Wordbearer's victory.
We're under fire! Time for payback!
After 1,000 battles, one only sees death.
We are taking damage!
Okay, we're into the shooting phase, and the Venator has already shot at the Shadow Sword, now managed to do 2 whole points off of it. So we're now onto the big guns on the Cerberus, and this is the Centerline Neutron Turbo Laser Destroyer Battery, some sort of massive long word, check the book. And we get 4 shots hitting on 3s.
Oh.
Okay, 2 hits. We didn't do any gets hot, so at least we didn't hurt ourselves there.
Yeah, it does have a plasma reactor, but no overdrive. But you could still hurt yourself on the penetration
I
here,
could
Ollie.
indeed. So I got Ordnance, I get 2 dice, and Strength 10, pick the highest. So that's 1 penetrating. And the second one is another penetrating.
Ooh,
2 penetrating hits. We got AP 1 here as well. So let's roll 2 of these, and if we've got a 5, we'll do another D3 damage on top. No, we don't. So just 2 hull points.
2 hull points off. I have 5 remaining on the Shadow Sword.
All right, and because I've shot an ordnance weapon and I've moved, I can snap fire my last cannons. Do we do anything? We do get 1 hit.
Oh, nice.
That's Strength 9, AP 2 with Sunder. So that's 12, not quite enough. We're going to re-roll that. Yes, another penetrating hit. Very good. So a 6, he will do an additional D3 as well. That's just a 5, or off the table, but there you go. Little 5. So another whole point gone. Next, it is the Storm Eagle gunship. I have flown this at cruising speed, so I can only fire 1 weapon with no ballistic skill modifiers, and other things are snap firing. So I'm going to shoot the Vengeance launcher because you cannot shoot templates as a snap firing, and I would really like to kill Sparzy, is it?
Yes.
Down here, him and all his little buddies. So we're going to aim to go for here, right on that standard's head. We've got 2 of these, so we scatter minus the ballistic skill of 2. So yep, we're fine. We still hit him, and everybody but 2. The second one goes the other way. Oh, that's quite a long way. 5 inches. That's probably going to just hit one guy. So you hit the whole unit, basically. Okay, we've got 10 shots here then. These auto hit because of the blast weapon. So we're wounding. We're strength 5 against toughness 3, wounding on 2s. That's pretty good. That's a 2, 4, 6, 8. And you get no armor saves on your guys.
AP4.
AP4. So that is that unit.
Basically the whole squad except the Colonel completely
Except him in his standard, right? Yeah, nice.
Thought they broke our backs.
We've got some cultists over here, some inducted levy, shooting into Sparzy and the standard bear and his little dog too. I'm hitting on 4s.
Monster.
That was 5 hits, that's pretty good, bang on average. We are strength 3, you are toughness 3, so we are wounding you on 4s as well. 2 wounds, you could do this separately because you've got
yeah, let's take the 4+ save. Ooh,
he's fine.
The Bannerman's fine, can he take another one? Yes, he can!
Nothing, pings off.
Sparzy and his Bannerman are ready to go.
Nice. Next up, we are snap firing the las cannons into the side of the big tank over here. So we need 6s to hit, but we are twin links, so we can re-roll those. Let's see how we go. Yes, got 1 in.
Oof.
Strength 9, armor 13. We need a 4 to glance. We have Sunder, so we can re-roll. Yes, a penetrating hit in there. AP2, so a 6 will do extra damage. Not quite, just another hit point, but only got 3 left. And finally, because of the machine spirit, the new rule is you can shoot everything at a different target, so you can split fire, rather than one thing at full ballistic skill. So we have the multi-melter left into this Land Raider. Can we hit on a 6? We do not. That is all the shooting done for
Twin linked multi-melters
Oh
now.
yes, they are twin linked now. No, 5, close.
Close.
Forgot about that one, but that is all the shooting done for me, I think, this round. Not so bad. Popped a few tanks, did a load of hull points off the big tank. Let's see how we go in the next phase.
Your soul is mine. Information is power.
The challenge continues. It is Traitor on Traitor with Captain Lorcas duking it out with the word bearer's nobody. It is time to remove his head from his shoulders with my Paragon blade. Hitting on 4s because we're both that same weapon skill. I've got the initiative bonus though. I'm striking first, so I get a chance here. 2 wounds. I'm strength 6 on toughness 4. That's 2s. Oh, and I get a 6 to wound. So I've got murderous strike. So if that wound is unsaved, it counts as instant death. And they are, of course, at AP3, so you're looking for invulnerable saves there, Ollie. Let's do the normal one first. You're 4 up with your Iron Halo. Saved. Oh, yep, good.
This is the big one. If I fail this, I die. 4+.
Oh,
yeah!
Okay,
hang around for another go.
Didn't even get a wound. So that's the initiative 5 step. Now all of Ollie's boys will pile in and we'll scrap with the tacticals.
Engaging the enemy! Feel the wrath of chaos! Die, scum! Death to the enemy!
The tactical scrap continues. My veterans are about to school their younger brethren. We've got my chain bayonets first. There are 6 of them. So these are +1 strength. I'm hitting on 3s because I am the sexy little veterans. That's looking very nice. And they're shred now. So 3s to wound with re-rolls. There's a couple there to re-roll. Oh my goodness. Now those are all at save, so we'll put those aside for Ollie to roll. And then I've got my power weapons. So I've got the 2 lightning claws, which will be hitting on 3s, only wounding on 4s. They don't have the strength bonus. They're loving that. Chasing the 4s. And these have shred as well, so that's another set of re-rolls. That is 2 instantly dead with no saves. And then I've got 1 power sword at initiative 4, which is an extra attack because it's not a specialist weapon, hitting on everything and chasing 4s to pile in more unsavable wounds. So 4 dead and a whole bunch of saves. Roll those up, Ollie, and let's resolve initiative 4.
Okay, this isn't looking great, is it really? So 4, and we've got all these on 3+s. 2 fails.
Yep.
So how many is that?
So 6 gone at initiative 4. Of course, Ollie's tacticals now get to strike back.
Rejoice in the coming oblivion! Die, scum! Destroy the weak!
Unfortunately, all of my tactical guys are dead, except for the Sergeant and the Traitor, but as they go down, can they do any damage? We've got 6 dice hitting on 5s because you're a better weapon skill. So 2 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, 4s to wound, 1 normal save for your guy of 3+. The big U.
Oh, big Ultima, just to rub it in.
Okay, the power fist guy, so you've still got 1 guy with the packs, but we'll go for my Sergeant. So he's got 2 attacks. He is hitting on 5s. Come on, this is where we do the damage.
Oof.
Big broadsword 6. Killing you on a 2. Yep, because we're double your strength. So
that insta-kills one of my 2 wound legionaries. You got 1 back, and now you've also got your Traitor.
The big man, right? Let's try and do some damage. So we are hitting on 4s because we have the same weapon skill. Nice, so 3 hits. We are +1 strength for the axe, so wounding on 3s. 2, and we are AP2, so you're on your invulnerable saves.
2 wounds on Lorcas there, Ollie. A little bit of payback
Tipping
for you.
away.
But I'm not done either. I've got my sergeant with the axe. He is hitting on 3s, and he'll be wounding on 3s as well with +1 strength. And he has got another big 6 there, and that's just wiping
one
off.
dead guy.
That's your sergeant.
My sergeant!
Your sergeant's gone.
So the full squad is just a Traitor left now. Very good, very good.
This is what happens when you leave an ultramarine alive. This is what happens when you make the foulest treachery your instrument. This is how it comes back to reward you. This is how Ultramar pays you back.
With the Wordbearer's Praetor single-handedly trapping Captain Lorcas and his veterans in combat and the Baneblade heavily damaged, the Wordbearers targeted their 3rd objective of the turn, swarming the now exposed Colonel Spazi, who put up a valiant fight, passing their morale check to hold the line and make the Geowanate cultist charge disordered, but the sheer volume of attacks finally overwhelms the Colonel, the glorious Bannerman, and their beloved puppy dog, and the incredible Imperial Army Command Squad painted up by the amazing Joe from Legionnaire Minis were butchered on the altar of the Octet. With a single objective now secure for the Wordbearers and inroads made on several more, the game is poised tightly in the balance. The heroes of Ultramar will need to fight hard to claim an outright victory.
So with Colonel Spazi wiped out at the end of last turn, I've got 5 playable scoring objectives, but really the Shadow Sword is on its last legs. To get 4 out of 6, it's all about my heroes. I've got the Archmagos. She needs to make a beeline for the board edge out of her Land Raider, which is stuck in the terrain, so she's going to be out in the open. I've got my 3 big heroes as well, Sidance and Ventanus here in the center, and then Lorcas is trapped in combat. So it's all about the Ultramarines pushing for that board edge. I've only got this movement phase and my next one. I can't afford to get these guys pinned. Let's get them out of here and off to the Guildhall.
SWAT deployed. Disembarking now. Moving out.
With all due haste.
By my fury, they shall know the Emperor's name!
With courage and honor, feel my wrath.
Strategic point identified. Stay vigilant, brothers.
Predator tank here. Going straight to the front lines.
Orders received. Understood. Moving out. Maintain attack formation. Weapons at ready. It is time.
So we're going to do something we haven't done in a while, which is run. I need to get these boys towards the board edge. So Ventanus' squad first. They are going to be plowing forward, sprinting to that board edge. They should be a pretty safe score now. So that's 2 points there with Sidance and Ventanus. So with the Shadow Sword hiding in here, he actually has no shots, but it's the only sort of chance for him to stay alive. And one of those big threats targeting him is this Spartan moving up here. So the brave little Predator has driven himself to be pretty much a ram obstacle, and he's going to take a little shot as well by swinging around his autocannon. Predator autocannon is 4 shots. We're hitting on 3s. Oh, strong start, son. And we are strength 8, front armor 14, 6s to power glance, but they will become rending. So that adds an additional D3 strength, which is an additional 1. That's enough to turn it into a penetrating hit. We're probably not going to destroy it, but if we can do something here, maybe a stun, maybe a shaken. We've got a 4 that is stunned. That is going to help keep the Shadow Sword alive.
Lord, we need help!
All that is left is this filthy Wordbearer's Praetor. Lorcas has challenged him, but now there's no one else left in the unit. All of the tacticals are ready to unleash their fury on the 17th as well. We're going to start with Lorcas at Initiative 5. Again, only 4 attacks, no charging bonuses, and no specialist weapon bonus. Ugh! Oh, yuck. You know what? We only need 1. We need 1 big Ultima 6 here. Come on. No, we got a 5, so it's still a wound. Ollie, whack a dice in. See if you pass that one. You do with your Iron Halo, so my Legion veteran tacticals are going to have to do the work here.
No prisoners! Light of the Emperor! Eat bolt gun!
So now it's time for the veteran tacticals. The only guys who could pile into base contact are the lightning claws, the power sword, and the axe from the sergeant. Now all of these weapons are AP3 base, but I've got a bit of rending around the place to try and get that AP2 because of course he is in bloody 2+ Traitor pattern armor. The artificer stuff bringing the pain here. Let's start with our 2 lightning claws. Oh, very nice. All hits. Shred is going to be re-rolling wounds as well, chasing 4s, and I did need it. Let's look for those 4s. That one was 3, so that'll be 3+ saves for Ollie. Chasing that 2, sorry. Oh, I got one wound down. So you've got 2 left for the Praetor. Okay. The power sword guy coming in now, again, hitting on 4s with 3 dice because he's got those 2 close combat weapons. 1 gets through, and then we are chasing flat 4s for that. Oh, it's a wound, but AP3, so that 2+ save. Ultima. So we're still alive after the initiative 4 weapons. Now it's down to initiative 1. We'll have a go with my sergeant. He's got the power axe, 4 attacks for him. He is hitting with 3 of them, and he's got +1 strength, though chasing 3s to wound at AP2. There are 2 saves on your invul to make. You've only got 2 wounds left,
I need
Ollie.
a 4+ here. Yeah, tanked it!
Come on! Okay, so the Wordbearer's Praetor is totally fine. Now Ollie gets to strike back.
Chaos comes for you!
Okay, it's Praetor on Praetor action. You've got 1 wound left. If I can knock him off here, that is a point for me and holds the game out for you. So let's how we go. Hitting on 4s. Nice, 4 hits. We are +1 strength, so wounding you on 3s at AP2. 4 saves on your Iron Halo. You're looking for 4 4+s.
Give me some dice here, Ollie.
Okay, here we go,
Let's do this. Coming over to the box,
Oh, it's 3! He goes! Just 1 wound
Lachie
through.
is gone. The Iron Halo didn't do it. That is a point for you, Ollie.
2 points now.
2 points to the Wordbearers.
Forgive me, Emperor.
Lorcas is dead. Sparzi is probably dead too. Ventanus and his men cover the side hatch as it opens, and Skitari lead Tauren out. Haste, the server says to Ventanus. Not a point that needs to be emphasized, server, he replies. It will not take Hol Beloth's assault leaders long to realize that this is not a counterpunch into Landshear. The Guildhall was a specific target. Armor loyal to the Wordbearers is pushing relentlessly along the transit, covering their positions with a hail of shells and bulk las. Smoke and rain have cut visibility to almost nothing. Fabricatory buildings on the far side of the road have collapsed in welters of flame and stone. A Galvorback beast looms at Ventanus through the murk, swinging a power axe. He wears no helmet. His face is not human.
Into the Wordbearer shooting phase. We are all in to destroy the big blue tank down the middle. This is a point to us and would help us secure potentially a draw or a win. Now, it is well covered, but I have a lot of tanks. We're going to put this Cerberus into it. We have a centerline mounted neutron laser battery. Yes, got it right. So we have 4 shots hitting on 3s. That is 3 misses.
Jesus.
1 hit. We have ordnance at strength 10. So what can we do? That is just a glancing hit. That is 1 whole point off it. That gives it 2 left.
All right, I've still got my cover save, of course.
Yes, you
It is
do.
obscured. Big Ultima.
No.
Nothing.
Okay.
All right.
1 whole point down. 2 more to go. I've got some las cannons as well. These are hitting on 3s. That is 1 hit. We are strength 9. That is a penetrating hit there. Very
Again,
nice.
a cover save. Looking for Ultima. Nothing.
Okay, and 3. It's another hit point gone. It has 1 left. I'm going to shoot with the Sakaran Venator. We have a 2 ordnance weapon. That is 2 hits. Very good. We are strength 10 ordnance, so that is a glancing hit and also a glancing hit. So 2 glancing hits. You have 2 cover saves, or you're gone.
Come on, Ultimas. Come on, Ultimas.
Double 6 is needed.
Oh,
so close, but we got you.
So close. The Shadow Sword is out of here.
And that is a point to me.
Under fire. Taking hits.
I will do as you ask.
Enemies! We need enemies! We must kill!
Moving on to the Wordbearer's combat phase, we managed to take the big tank out in the shooting phase. I also put everything else I had into the Archmagos. Unfortunately, she managed to pass the morale check and did not get pinned, so that is a point to you. I'm on 3 now. It all comes down to this. The Galvorback into all of your characters. If I can make this charge, I can probably hold you up and win the game. I have secured the draw, but I need an 11-inch charge. This is massive. Can we manage it? No, nowhere near. That's a 4. That is the game to you for a draw.
with courage and honor.
Under heavy fire from the vanguard of Hull Beloth's reinforcements, Ventanis, Sidance, and Salaton sprint down the Qatar transit, clearing a path for the Archmagos and her cohort. With the Ultramarine engineers still working on the damaged Spartan and Land Raider and their Shadow Sword Guardian a glowing wreck of molten slag behind them, the Loyalists turn and face the enemy and hold them at bay, but not without losses. As Grievous and his tactical squad link back up from the left flank bearing the news of Sparzy's death, and Sergeant Barco of the Veterans straps Captain Lorcas's blade across his back in memory of his fallen leader, the mood of Ventanis and the 4th Company Command turns grim. Firing off a few rounds into the murk at glimpses of red armor plating passing between the distant buildings, the 4th Company Strike Force remount and plow deeper into Landshire, desperate to reach the Guildhall and secure the critical data engine. The data feed from Leptius Numinous is still active and reinforcements are on the way to support the 4th Company, but the game is up. The element of surprise is gone, and the 17th Legion are rapidly converging on their position. If they even manage to secure the Guildhall, who knows for how long they'll be able to hold it. Now all falls to the mighty Primarch Rebute Gilliman and his kill squad. Launching a teleport assault from the McCragg's honor to the Wordbearer's held orbital, the Zetson Verid Yard, Gilliman and his men must destroy the primary Traitor data engine before Ventanis' ground forces are overrun. The orbital weapons grid must be retaken. Without control of the planetary defenses, the Battle of Calth is already lost. Stay tuned in just a couple of weeks as we continue the count of the Mark of Calth.
Officer of Record, start the mark.
Hey guys, Lachie here. A huge thank you for taking this journey with us. I hope you guys love the second installments. Make sure you go and check out the sister episode part 2 right now over on Broadsword Wargaming. And please let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this second phase of the campaign. And of course, if you want to see some more, there are the first 2 episodes from part 1 both here on Zorpazorp and over on Broadsword. This campaign has been in the works here at Zorpazorp for nearly 2 years. It has been such an insane investment, costing a lot of time and money. So if you love what you saw, it would mean a huge amount if you could like the video, throw a comment down below, and share it with your friends. Each of these edits takes about 260 hours of editing. That's all done by me, and I'm not kidding when I say I have barely slept in the past 3 months. So let's get the Heresy Hype Machine rolling, people, and if you're really impressed, you're more than welcome to throw us a few dollars on Patreon to help support that ongoing journey. A huge thank you to all my amazing patrons who support me. Your backing is just so damn essential. Thank you so much, and oh boy, we have so much coming. Another 25 videos still rolling out for the Mark of Calth campaign over the next 4 months, and even more beyond that. So if you love narrative, if you love story, and if you love the Horus Heresy, strap in. His heresy is here to stay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It genuinely means so much to Ollie and I. And make sure you like the video, subscribe, and comment below your favorite moment from the Horus Heresy story to make sure you go in the draw to win that massive prize pack. And always remember to let the galaxy burn.
We march for Calth.